Hey, welcome to Wednesday Devotions. I'm Pastor Rick from Metamora United Church in Metamora, Indiana. You know, the digital world of church is brand new to us, so we're just jumping in feet first. This is the first of our Wednesday Devotions, and we are glad that you are here. If you've not had a chance to check out or like our page yet, we would love it if you would do that. You know, we believe that each one of us is born with a certain skill set, with a certain amount of talents, with certain gifts that we can use to reach the world. At Metamora United Church, we believe that our job is to love and serve our neighbor, whether it's next door or half the world away. And each one of us has individual ways that we can do that. We're going to talk about that just for a few minutes today. So in Paul's letter to the Galatians, he says this, talking about people serving. He says, each one should test their own actions, that they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. For each one should carry their own load. I love the way that it's paraphrased in the Message. It says, make a careful exploration of who you are and the work you've been given. Then sink yourself into it. Each of you must take responsibility for doing the best you can with your own life without comparing yourselves to others. Well, you know, I mentioned we are all given certain talents, certain gifts. Some are teachers, some are musicians, some are peacemakers. And boy, we really need the peacemakers today, don't we? Some have the gift of hospitality, that gift of making people feel comfortable, of making people feel at home. It's important to recognize that multiple people have the same gifts. There are a lot of teachers, a lot of peacemakers, a lot of musicians, and the list could go on and on and on. But nobody can exercise a gift just like you can, no matter what that gift is. You alone can exercise that in your individual way. And I believe that each and every one of us are created to use our gifts in our own unique individual way. And that will allow us to reach people that perhaps somebody else can't. So 4 quick tips today. Number 1, discover what your fruit is, what your talent is. Most of us probably already know. Most of us probably have multiple talents. But if you're unsure of what your gift or what your talent is, a couple of things you can do. Number 1, you can pray on it and ask that it be revealed to you. Number 2, ask those closest around you. You know, it's interesting that we often don't see in ourselves what others may see in us. So if you're unsure of what your gift is, ask those closest around you, what do you think my gift is? And you may be surprised. Number 2, once you discover that gift, just sink yourself into it. You know, there's a lot to be said about just jumping in with both feet. When we at Metamora United Church decided to kind of jump into this digital world, we could have spent weeks and months taking workshops and reading and listening and trying to learn. And some of that is really, really important. But we are just jumping in and learning as we go. And isn't that what life is all about? Don't you learn something new every day? Number 3, take responsibility to do the absolute best that you can. Don't hold yourself up to somebody else's measuring stick. Do the best that you can. And number 4 goes along with that. Don't compare yourself to others. There is only one you. And I am thankful for that. The world would be a really boring place if everybody was just like me or if everybody was just like you. But you are unique. There has never been and there will never be another person like you in the history past or the history to come. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. Do the work the way that you can do it. And we can all work together to serve and love our neighbors and make the world a better place. Metamora United Church in beautiful Metamora, Indiana. Again, if you haven't liked our Facebook page, we would love it if you would just take a moment and do that. And if you think this devotional may be helpful to somebody, feel free to send it along via email or Facebook message or even post it on your wall. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Wednesday for another devotional.